Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day's going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to create some cards using the Spellbinders card kit of the month for November 2023. It's called Wonderful Things. We're going to go over whatever's in the kit and then we're going to create some cards using it. I took everything out and removed some of the packages, but your kit comes in a resealable, real thick plastic bag. It's great for storage. You get a content sheet, some fun card projects on the front, and also your contents here. And then on the back side, you get a step-by-step project. Okay, we're going to start with our card bases. You get an A2 size card base. It has a little bit of texture to it, and then you also get a V-flap envelope. There's 8 in total, 8 card bases and 8 envelopes. And then you get some A2 card front panels. You get 5 different colors, and you get 4 of each color. You get, this is like a creamy vanilla color against the white card base. It's, you can tell that it's kind of a vanilla or off-white color, but you get off-white, pink, yellow, red, a really regal red, and then you get a real pretty blue. So you get all of those. You get some 6x6 pattern papers. These are single-sided and lots of different prints. I'm just going to thumb through them really quickly. Usually, I really like the yellow. Usually I pick a color theme when I create. Oh, that's a brick pattern. But you get lots of pattern paper. Ooh, did you see that one? Look at this. How pretty this is. There's foiling on this one. That would create a real pretty, quick, and easy card. But those are your pattern papers. You also get puffy stickers that aren't puffy, which the nice thing about these is they don't lose their shape. Let me show you. When I say they don't lose their shape, let me remove the... Okay. So I removed it from the backing, and you see it's kept its shape. So it's not like regular puffy stickers. Sometimes puffy stickers lose their shape. So these are really nice. They're more stiff than puffy, but they have the puffy feel. So you get lots of greetings, some circles, and some hearts. And then we also get some of these. Now these are puffy stickers. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. And these, I would call these icon stickers because they're kind of on the smaller side. But there's some cute little images in there along with some greetings. Celebrate fun times, happy day. So you get those. You get some chipboard stickers. You get 2 sheets. This is the front side with some square frames. Some greetings and florals. Some sentiments down here. And if you flip it over, you get some circles and some greetings down here along with some banners. So those are included. You get double-sided tape and you get some foam squares. And then you get some sequins. And these are like a pewter, I would say, or maybe a brown sequin. There's no holes in them, which are nice, and there's different sizes. I like those on card projects. And then last but not least, you get lots and lots of die cuts. I'm not going to go through them all, but I do like to use die cuts on my cards. And you get 2 of each. To me, this kit kind of has a country flair to it, country charm flair to it, because there's browns, birdhouses, but these are your die cuts. And that's it. So we're going to go ahead and pick out some pattern papers. Today we're going to create 4 cards, and before we jump in with each individual card, I'm going to emboss my white A2 panels. There's 4 of them, so I thought we'd make 4 cards today. I'm going to run each one of these through my Platinum 6. This is the Mentoring Floral. It's the embossing folder of the month for November. But I tell you this, and there'll be some more projects coming soon with this embossing folder. But any embossing folder that you have would work perfectly, whether it's it doesn't necessarily even have to be floral since we're going to keep this white. So I'll run all 4 of these through my my die cut machine, and then we will start with our first card. So we have 4 panels, and I already adhered them to each one of my card bases. So these are ready to go. So I'm going to keep one out. For my first card, we are going to be using some patterned papers. This panel here is a 2 1/4 inch wide panel. This is a 1 1/4 inch wide, and then this is the 3/4 inch strip. What we're going to do is take this pattern paper, and I'm going to adhere it to our card front. And I'm going to adhere it about 3/4 of an inch from the left all the way to the top. Just making, this is where a grid mat comes in handy. Okay, once this is adhered, we're going to take these 2 and we're going to layer them together, and we're going to add these right to the front, and then I'll trim off the bottom. Okay, we have our pattern paper adhered to our card base. Now I have some white twine. This is Spellbinders white cord. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of texture. What I'm going to do is wrap it around a couple of times, and then I will tie a bow towards the top here. And then we will okay, once we have this done, we have some florals. This is the die cut floral from our die cut pack. I put some foam squares behind it, and we're going to go ahead and add this to the front of our card. A little bit's overhanging. We're going to end up trimming that off. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, I have the birdhouse. I popped that up as well. We're going to do a little tucking with that. And then I have the stack of books. And then we have a small blue floral. I'm going to add that just over the blue flower that's on our first die cut for a little extra dimension. And then we have the bird here, which is super cute. I'm going to add the bird right here on this side. I'm going to trim away the rest of the die cut that's overhanging. I'm going to use my glazing glue, and I'm going to go over the window on my birdhouse here. Just add a little bit. Our kit came with sequins, but they're a little bit on the darker side for me, so I'm going to use some Spellbinders Color Essential Gems. This is the Aura AB. And we're going to add a few gems to the flower centers. Okay. And then we need a greeting. So we have our puffy stickers. Let's see. And I think I'm going to use the puffy sticker in our puffy sticker sheet that says celebrate. And I'm going to add it just below the books here. And I think that'd be a pretty birthday card. Okay, so we're going to put these off to the side. This card is done, and we're going to start with our next project. For my next card, I created a panel with the diagonal stripe paper. This is 3 1/2 inches wide by 4 3/4 inches tall. We're going to adhere this to our embossed background. Okay, we have another piece of pattern paper. This is the yellow one. This is 4 1/4 inches wide, so it's going to fit the length of our card base, by 1 1/2 inches tall. And we're going to add this. Okay, I have the ruler. That's a ephemera piece. We're going to add adhesive behind this. And I'm going to tack this down at the very bottom. I don't think it's going to fit the complete width of my card. It's just a little bit shy of the width of our card base, but I think I can get away with it. And I will tack this down. Okay, and I want to mention too that I'm using my tape runner, but the tape that's in our kit and the foam squares in our kit is, you could use that for creating. I'm just using the tape runner because it's quicker. Okay, we have this ephemera piece. This is going to go right over my measurements here. So I did pop it up with some foam tape. We are going to add this right over here in the center. And then I want a little more dimension to this. So I have some more of the ephemera flowers. I put foam squares behind them. And we're going to replace these flowers here with the ephemera. They're a little bit bigger, but that's okay. We're going to just add a little dimension to that foliage. We'll take our blue and put it right in the middle. Then we have the little yellow ones. We can add these, kind of peeking out. You can see the dimension that has. I created a bow with the Spellbinders twine, and then I found a button that's really close to the color of the ruler. It's a brown button, and I'm going to use a glue dot and secure the button right in the middle there, and then I'll take the bow. I actually doubled up on it. We're going to use a glue dot, and we're going to secure this to the center of the button. Of course, you could thread the button if you wanted to, but I like to cheat. I like a more uniform bow. Okay, and now we need a greeting for this card. And let's go ahead. The greeting that's in our chipboard stickers. This says, "This warms my heart." And I'm just going to add this at the very bottom. And that will finish off that card. For my next card, I used this beautiful pattern paper. It has the gold accent on it, and I trimmed it down to 3 inches wide, okay, by 5.5 inches tall. And then this is the leftover piece that was toward the top. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to add it to the front of my card base, about 1/2 inch from the left. We'll tack that down. And then I'll take this piece with the flowers facing the left. We're going to add this right next to it. So just about 1/4 inch, maybe a little less than 1/4 inch is showing. And we have the same amount of space on the left and the right. Okay, I have a little overhanging. I'll use my scissors and trim it off. I'm going to bring back my twine. And I'm going to cover up the seam with my twine here. Okay, now we have some thinner strips of the same pattern papers we've been using. This is the blue stripe and this is the yellow. I put foam tape behind them, and I wanted a little bit of dimension on this card. And I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to add it about 3/4 inch up from the bottom. And then I'll take the stripe, which I put foam tape behind also. I'll remove the release paper here. And then I'm going to add this, but I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I'm going to leave a little bit of maybe about 1/4 inch space, kind of creating a step. And we'll trim off what's overhanging here. Okay, in our die cut pack, there's these little houses that have that country flair kind of a charm. We're going to I popped them up with some foam tape, and we're going to add this. We're going to add it right over the stripe paper here, almost to the edge. And then we have our butterfly. I put a small foam square behind here also. So we have the butterfly here. For finishing touches, I'm going to bring back my glazing glue. I'm going to go over the windows that are on my my die cut pieces here, and the doors too. And then I'm going to use a few of my Color Essential gems, and we're going to add a little bit of sparkle here. Now we need a greeting, so I'm going to bring in my chipboard stickers, and there was there's this pale blue one down here at the bottom that says find quiet moments and embrace extraordinary wonder. I put foam tape behind here. We're going to add this all the way to the right here, just under our yellow. We will tack that down, creating one more step, and then that will finish off that card. Okay, for my next card we have some same pattern papers. What we're going to do is take this pattern and adhere it to our yellow, which our yellow measures 3.5 inches wide by 4 3/4 inches tall. This piece here measures 3 inches wide by 4 1/4 inches tall. We're basically just going to mat this together. It's going to leave us a 1/4 inch border all the way around. And then I have the diagonal stripe paper. This is a 1 inch strip tall by 3 inches wide, and this is going to go at the very bottom. Okay, we're going to take this. This is our card base. Remember, we still have that embossing on. I'm going to adhere this directly to the front of my card base, and we're going to put it right in the middle. Wonderful. And then this piece here is 3/4 inches tall, and it's the leftover piece from our last card that had the florals on it. Let me show you. The leftover piece that was on this side, we trimmed off. This is we're going to take this and add this all the way across our seam. And then we get 2 ephemera pieces, so we had 2 rulers. I'm going to take the second ruler and we're going to add this right down the middle of that grid paper here. Okay, so that's adhered, and then we have the cake die cut. This is going to go right here. I did pop it up with some foam tape. I'm going to add it over here, right over the ruler. And then in our die cut pack we have some flowers, some small flowers. There's flowers on our cake, and I'm going to replace them for a little bit of dimension with the flowers that are on the cake. So we will do a little bit of tucking. And you could probably hear the train. Sometimes you we live quite a ways away from the train, and it's really loud today. Okay, so we put 3 over here and then 2 over here. Okay, and then we're going to bring in a little country flair to this card. I have another button, and I'm going to add this, and I'm going to put it right over the ruler here, and then I tied a bow with some more of that Spellbinders twine. I'm just going to pick up one of my glue dots with the center of the bow, and I'll add that to my button. And for this one, we need a greeting, and I was thinking in our puffy stickers, we have Happy Day. That's a kind of a golden color. So I'll use this here, and I'm going to add Happy Day coming off of the cake here. And then we were going to use we're going to use these stickers, and maybe we can add a few of the circles to make it look like it's confetti. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little bit of confetti here, and then I'm going to use some more of those gems for the center of the flowers. And then that will finish that card. So here's a look at all 4 cards that we made today with the Spellbinders card kit of the month for November 2023. It's called Wonderful Thoughts. And that finishes my project. I think it has a nice country flair to it. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.